Ryukin here. So this tape right here was briefly recorded before the actual video that I'm going to be making a video on this laptop right here. So as you can see here, this laptop right here right now is completely infested with FPE stickers, so y'all can see. But although this is like, you know, this is there, I put it on myself. Don't borrow them because this is basically just my personal things that I put it on the laptop. And well, so what am I going to talk about right here? I'm going to talk about the basic features around this laptop right here, and then I'm going to talk about the quick recap of my experience that I have with this thing right here. So let me open up my laptop right here. Alright, and as you can see here, it is indeed Windows 11. And now I'm going to type my pin. So as you can see here, this is basically Windows 11, but with a twist. It's not an enterprise anymore like what I used to on my BMax, but this one is a Windows 11 Pro, which you can actually tell by this right here. There's a co-pilot there. And right now I'm going to take you out to the settings, which I'm just going to place the phone here first. So when I go to settings and take the system, and then about. So we take a lot of specs right here, so y'all can see that it is having 512 gigs of storage, and this one here is just reduced itself to 477 gigabytes, which is great, so it's not too bad, and it uses only 58 gigabytes of the rest of the 512 gigs of storage. So it only takes up, like, you know, but if I have some files like video files or whatever on this drive, it's going to be much larger. Although right now you can see that it only takes up only 58 gigabytes from the rest of the 512 gigs of drive, and it has 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is nice, and the speed is 3200 megahertz, and graphics card is AMD Radeon graphics, and it's running on 512 megabytes of graphics card, and it has an AMD Ryzen 7, which is nice, and with Radeon graphics, which it is enough for running Minecraft with shaders just fine. So as you can see here, here's the great detail of it. RAM is 16 gigabytes, only 15.4 gigabytes are usable, and it is AMD Ryzen 7 5825U, as is listed on the top, which is right there. And the Windows one here, it is Windows 11 Pro, and it's 23H2, and it's on, I think, the 2nd of October or 10th of February, which I can't tell. So, but you can see that the day right here, the font right here is the month, which I think it is 2nd of October 2024. And the OS Blue is right here, so I'm not going to get into detail that much. So, and well, so how good this laptop is. So I'm going to say right here from experience that I've been playing around with this laptop. So this laptop right here is just too good, because it does perform Minecraft and shaders like just fine at its best settings, but any other than that is just started to lag, like it started out to 10 frames per second or something. Although the monitor right here, the blue monitor, however, it uses 60 Hz, which that means when playing games it's going to max out at 60 frames per second. So it actually does run Minecraft on shaders just fine. But well, of course, what about the other stuff that I put in, like Downstream stuff and OBS Studio? Well, both of them work. They do work. So both of them work. And like yesterday, at the time of recording this, I even tested OBS. But while I have my Minecraft shader on the second hand, which, well, it actually works. So it basically just do like multiple heavy tasks at the same time, which is what I really like about this laptop, because it has that such a nice CPU and graphics in there. But although this right here, it will be my first laptop ever to have AMD Ryzen 7 and AMD Radeon graphics, which is completely a full AMD laptop, not an Intel laptop anymore. And Yep, so you're going to take a look at the physical body of this thing right here. And on this side right here, you've got the socket right there for the power adapter, which you can actually charge this laptop up onto. And you also got a full-size HDMI, which is nice. And this one right here right now is connected to my SSD. It's a USB Type-C, and the other one right there is just unused. So, and according to the data that I made a research for this thing right here, it claims that both of these Type-C ports are supporting 65 watt charging, which I don't know if that's true or not, but we're probably going to find out if it actually does work or not, or else the software might explode using those Type-C ports. But I didn't see any second person use USB Type-C for charging on this laptop, which I don't know if they actually use only AC adapter or they'll just stick it up with using AC adapter like who I am. So, but I still don't trust them. I will only use USB Type-C if like my AC adapter that I got rid died, and I'm probably going to use more of these USB Type-Cs right here, like using a MacBook. But if these two work, which that means it is going to mark this laptop right here, my best laptop that I ever have, which it can actually charge from both the AC and the USB Type-C. And on the other side, you also got USB 2.0 port and the USB 3.0 port and a headphone jack. And that's it. Nothing much else to see here on this side. And on top, above the LCD, you get this hole right here for the camera with a privacy shutter, which is nice. And the body blue of this laptop right here is made of a really metallic body. And the trackpad is so nice. Much better than my BMax, using 2 fingers for scroll. Nice. This is some basic check right here that I've done in this video. And well, and I think this is going to be it for a little review right here, which I'm not going to take your time that much, because since this is a little brief review of the Machenike laptop right here, which I actually got it like a few days ago at the time recording this. But well, of course, there's one good thing about this laptop right here, is that the power button is separated from the rest of the laptop. Unlike on my BMax, which on my BMax, the power button is actually goes into the laptop, which, well, actually they tried to make to look like a MacBook Air for some reason, but well, of course they actually did it already in the many of the laptops of this era. But this one here, it is just completely a full-size keyboard with no power button in the keyboard, but instead it is separated from the rest of the keyboard, which that means you got a physical power switch right here on the laptop, so you can actually close that up and throw the back in like this. And okay, so I think this is going to be basically it now for this little brief review video of the Machenike MC15N. So I remember the name of this laptop right here correctly now. And for a full-fledged review, what it's going to be like, I don't know. But the only thing that I could tell is myself and what I'm going to talk about on this laptop. So, and alright, so I think this is going to be basically it now. Just going to put my pin and there, just looking like that. Alright, so I think this is going to be basically it now for this video. And if you like the Dota stuff, or you want to see me play Minecraft, or see me drawing, or make a purpose kind of create content, so please leave me a like, comment แล้วก็ที่สำคัญมากเลยนั่นก็คือการกดปุ่ม subscribe สีแดงนั่นให้ผมด้วยแล้วมันก็จะเป็นกำลังใจให้กับผมในการทำคลิปต่อๆไปทั้งในวันนี้ในวันพรุ่งนี้แล้วก็วันอนาคตด้วยครับ And then this is going to be basically it now for this brief review, and I will see y'all there in the next video. And us for now. And anyways, bye bye. สวัสดีครับ